This weekend, it was time for the Flight Simulator 2024 technical preview. In this video, we're gonna look specifically at the career mode. So let's start the intro and then have a look at the details. So the career mode is something which is brand new to Flight Simulator 2024, right? Previously, we already had the lessons which you could take in Flight Simulator 2020, but there was no real pattern or path which you could, let's say, uh, use to, for example, become a really professional pilot, either using, I would say, a helicopter or maybe one of the, I would say, airliners. And that's not possible with the career mode in Flight Simulator 2024. So the career mode can be found here. And the thing is, where it will bring you the first time you start it, you will need to select the headquarters. I don't think it's possible to change the headquarters afterwards, but that's something which I'm still investigating. And the first thing you need to do is, I would say, do the first flight. And the first flight really takes you to the basic steps to understand how Flight Simulator works, which shortcuts are there, right? Which keyboards, keyboard, I would say, shortcuts are there, which buttons you need to press on your joystick. And once you've done that, you can select a certification path. And that certification path starts with the private pilot license airplane. This one, I would say, requires you to take off, then follow the downwind, follow the downwind, and then land again on the airport. It's not that hard, to be honest. It's if you're used to play Flight Simulator, it's doable. It will cost you 10,000 credits, and that's what you see in the top right. You need to pay credits. But if you fail the exam, you can retry it endlessly, right? So there's no, say, gap on that. Once you completed it, you will have the option to go for other missions. However, to do that, you will first need to complete other missions. So for example, with the green bar, you can see I've got a private pilot license already, but hey, I've got only one of the two perform first flight airplane missions. And that's what's coming in next, right? So if we go back, we can see that there's a specialization unlocked, and that specialization is called First Flight. And that First Flight allows you to take passengers for, I would say, pleasure flights with the Cessna 172 Skyhawk, right? This is the only aircraft you can use. The other ones, you need to earn certain levels as well as sometimes earn specific licenses. So the ferry flight requires you to have level 3 at least, and you need to have the commercial pilot license. For flight seeing, you will need level 5 and the commercial pilot license, right? And based on that, you can also see the progress you made. So I'm in level 2 out of 5 currently. I don't have the commercial pilot license airplane yet, but that's something I'm working on, right? So you can see that the list is pretty long, right? It goes, let's say, from easy ones to the agriculture, aviation, to the charter service VIP, which we saw in earlier videos already released by Asobo, but also including the cargo transport super heavy using this one, right? I would love to try this one, or maybe want to try this one. But that's, I would say, a little bit longer waiting until Flight Simulator 2024 is available. Because again, this is the preview, and the preview included only 3 aircrafts. Once you've done that, you can earn your level, or you can increase your level by playing missions. And those missions are, I would say, they're either close to the airport or a little bit further away. The first mission you need to complete is, let's say, near the airport, which you selected as your home airport. So in my case, Rotterdam The Hague Airport. And after that, you're able to fly other missions, right? So for example, here's the flying locals next to Aalsmeer, or first view of IJmuiden with Marieke. And it's really, I would say, pretty funny, right? Those are not really long missions, as you can see, maximum 30 minutes, but it allows you to practice your flight skills using the Cessna 172, and then you also get a score based on that. And based on that, you can increase your skills and also the level, because the level is super important, as you already saw, right? The level requires you to have, let's say, a certain level to continue playing the rest of the missions. Uh, In this case, right, I can select the Rotterdam, and then I can select missions, and then you can see, okay, hey, what are the missions from Rotterdam the Hague Airport, right? So you can also see, okay, which missions do start where, and then I can click on it, and then I would be able to say start the mission, right? I would say, okay, hey, this is the mission, right? So it's the wedding anniversary of this lady, and her family surprised her and her husband with a romantic scenic tour over Voorschoten, which is, let's say, near to The Hague. You will see the flight path which you can fly, right? So in this case, you will depart from here, then you will fly to Aardegeest, and then you will fly back. Then you've got a downwind, 45 degrees entry, and then you'll make the turn to final and then land. On this part, you can see the mission schedule, right? So it's VFR, you can see the view, you can see the clouds, you can see the temperature, but you also can click on see full briefing. Full briefing gives you a little bit more information, right? So the departure, in this case, the Rotterdam Flight Club, the flight duration, the number of passengers, and the flight coordinator, and also the difficulty level, right? So the more stars, the more difficult it will, of course, be. And you can see that this is part of the first flight mission pack or specialization which you need to complete. So that's enough about those missions, right? So if you decide to start the mission, you can simply click on accept, right? And then you can continue. As you can see, you can switch on the clouds, but you can also switch them off. But hey, let's make it realistic, right? Let's leave them on. There's no need to worry about view because that's already included. You don't need to make any adjustments for that. So going back to the menu, right? So let's go back to the headquarters again, because we didn't have a look closely at what other certifications are possible. The other certifications which are possible can be found over here, right? So if we move to the right side, we can see the commercial pilot license, right? That's the one I already discussed. And there are two options. There's the rotorcraft and there's the airplane. The rotorcraft, as you can already see on the picture, is for helicopters, right? So, and then based on that, you can either choose to go to the turbine engine rating, which also requires to have the commercial pilot license, or you can move up to the other position, which is the power lift rating. So it's either left or right. Say the one to the top allows you to do some more specific missions like the hook endorsement, you can hoist endorsement, as well as the airline transport license rotorcraft, which is, I would say, the most expensive one. Because you can see for each accreditation or license, you need to pay a certain amount of money. And based on what I do understand is that you can start your own company and then start earning money to increase this number of credits which you have. Maybe there will be an option to also buy credits, but to be honest, I don't believe that that will be the case. If we look at the other side, we've got the commercial pilot license airline, right? We've got the night currency airplane, which allows you to carry passengers at night. We've got the instrument rating, which allows you to navigate when you cannot fly using visual references, right? Also known as VFR. So here you will learn to fly IFR based on the instruments. Then you will be able to fly to continue with the airline transport pilot license airplane, which allows you to transport passengers or cargo for remuneration or hire as an airline pilot or charter captain. And then eventually you'll end up in the jet airline pilot rating. It looks like that based on this path, right, you can either move it or move via the instrument rating, or via the multi-engine rating, or via the high performance endorsement. On the bottom, you can see the tailwheel endorsement, which allows you to fly tail draggers. If we move further to the top, we can see the heavy airliner rating, which is the most expensive one, as you can see, but also it's probably the most challenging one, but also the most coolest one, I do think. The jet engine rating doesn't allow you to go to other modes, but the airline transport pilot license airplane allows you also to go to the turboprop airline transport, right? So here you've got the jet airline, but here you also have the turboprop. But a turboprop can also be completed by having the high performance endorsement, then following the turboprop engine rating, and then you can move on to the turboprop airline transport pilot rating. The other option is to move to the scoop endorsement, right? So the highly effective firefighting technique. So here's the firefighting technique where these are on the top, right, are both the passenger, say tracks, would call it, as well as the heavy airline rating. So a lot of missions, which you can complete, right, but they do cost you money. So likely you need to earn the money first before you can, say, start doing things. And that's also where you see that companies is currently not available, but likely this is due to the fact that this is the technical preview. But that's just, I would say, a guess. The reason for that is, I would say, I'm not 100% sure about that. There's also no information which I could find about it. So what are other things you can do here? Well, you can view your level, and you can also view your reputation. Reputation level can be, I would say, increased by getting, I would say, doing a lot of missions, doing a lot of flights, and then the reputation level will increase. It will also prevent that you need to pay a lot of insurance costs based on what I understood from the descriptions available. So that's a review of the career mode in a little bit more detail compared to my previous video about the career mode, because I now had finally access to this nice, I would say, Flight Simulator 2024 technical preview. Again, technical preview, we need to wait, let's say, a little bit more than 1 month until it's available for everyone, right? The official release will be on the 19th of November. So keep an eye on my channel, because I likely will post some more videos about my experience with the technical preview. And hopefully there will become another preview or beta version available, which allow a lot more people to enjoy Flight Simulator 2024 already prior to it being available, let's say, on the 19th of November. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then make sure to hit that like button. Also, if you're wondering what else is new in Flight Simulator 2024, then have a look at my channel, because there are multiple videos about that, including the aircrafts which are included in the multiple versions, because there will be multiple versions available for Flight Simulator, just like with Flight Simulator 2020. Again, thanks for watching, and I wish you safe flight when you're still playing Flight Simulator 2020.